Oh, sorry about that. My name is Caroline G., Age-Friendly Community Connector. I'm with the Edmonton Seniors Coordinating Council, and I will be your host today. This event is brought to you by Age-Friendly Edmonton. Age-Friendly Edmonton, and is an initiative of the Edmonton Seniors Coordinating Council, supported by the City of Edmonton. Age-Friendly Edmonton is part of a global movement to build age-friendly cities and communities, and is a city that recognizes the diverse populations and needs of seniors and actively supports their inclusion, engagement, and well-being. We respectfully acknowledge that the Edmonton Seniors Coordinating Council is in Treaty 6 and on the traditional lands of the Cree, Blackfoot, Iroquois, Dene, Nakota Sioux, Métis, and Saulteaux, Anishinaabe, and Ojibwe nations. We acknowledge and respect the past, present, and future generations of all First Nations, Inuit, and Métis people who continue to strengthen Edmonton and Canada. Now, just a couple of housekeeping items. If you have comments or questions as they come to mind, feel free to type them in the chat. We will do our best to answer them at the end of the presentation as time allows. So there will be a Q&A immediately following the presentation. Please keep muted during the presentation. You can view this presentation later on ESCC's YouTube channel, and Krista will put that link in the chat for you. So let's continue on now, and I would like now to welcome Vicki Gudelj, our presenter today. Vicki is the Accessible Transit Coordinator with the City of Edmonton, and again is here to present on the ARC Transit Fare Payment System. And so I welcome Vicki to our Lunch and Learn today and hand the following time to her. I'm just going to stop sharing, and then Vicki will share her screen for her presentation.
Thanks very, very much, Caroline. Thanks for having us here at your Lunch and Learn. I'm just going to get going with presentation here. So yes, ETS has been rolling out the ARC fare payment system, the electronic fare payment system, to different fare groups now for a while. It started with university students, then moved to adults that pay regular fare, to youth, and now it's also available to seniors. So at this session, we're going to be talking to you about ARC, give you a bit of an introduction as well, because we really do want to help people transition to this new fare payment system. And we believe that it's best to be prepared with information before you make the change. So today we'll talk about what's changing. We'll talk about ARC basics, like what it is, how it works, and how to use it. We'll talk about getting started with ARC, how to register your card, set up an account, your senior fare profile, add money to your account. Those are all things I'm going to cover in the course of the slides. So bear with me. And we'll also talk about customer service or assistance that you can get, not only to get started with ARC, but with using ARC on an ongoing basis. And we will have some time for Q&A. So what is changing? Basically, senior riders, those are people who are 65 years and older, who are using Senior Monthly Pass, the Seniors Tickets, or the ETS Senior Annual Pass, and start using ARC in 2024. Okay, particularly seniors that typically use monthly passes or tickets can actually start using ARC right away. So as of February 1st, the ARC system became available for seniors, again, for monthly pass users, ticket users, or folks who use cash. As of May 1st, ARC will be required to be used by the ETS Senior Annual Pass holders as well. all seniors who are currently participate in the annual pass program should have received some communication already directly from ETS about ARC with more detailed information. And ARC as well will be available on DATS later this year. Okay, some more details will be coming to DATS users as well as the time approaches. So the next couple of slides, I will be going over very specifically what is changing. Okay, so riders who are currently using senior monthly pass or senior tickets or regular ETS senior annual pass, those are the folks who are paying the $385 regular rate. Those users will be transitioned to ARC pay-as-you-go with a senior fare cap. And I will explain those terms in the coming slides. Riders who are currently using the low income, that's the subsidized ETS seniors annual pass, those are folks who are paying the $139 subsidized rate or currently are getting it free. They will also transition to using ARC card, but it will be an annual pass or a period pass. It'll be valid January to December annually starting this year, okay? Again, people who are paying the $139 currently will have a reduction this year because there's a change in valid dates. So anyone renewing for this year who does pay that subsidized rate will get their annual pass for 2024 for $109. And anyone who is getting it free currently will continue to get it free. So again, low income annual pass holders will get an ARC card as well. It will be mailed directly to them, already set up for their use, okay? So if you are an annual pass user, okay, when you're renewing or if you're applying for the first time and you qualify for the annual pass for this year, you will get an ARC card that's already set up for your use as a period pass, okay? And that is different than the folks who are going to be going to pay-as-you-go with senior fare cap. Okay? And I'll repeat that a couple of times throughout, just in case anyone's joining us a little bit later. So again, participants in the low income senior annual pass group will get direct communication by mail from ETS with information and their ARC card already set up. Okay? Now, we'll cover ARC, the basics now. Like, what is ARC? ARC is a new way to pay for transit. Forever, we've been using paper passes and tickets or cash to pay. Cash will continue to be taken even after ARC is fully implemented to all fare groups. So just to note that. But ARC is an electronic fare payment system, and it's regional in that surrounding communities with transit services are also using the ARC system, okay? They all have their own fare structures still, just like they always have, but they too are using the ARC electronic fare payment system. So other areas include Beaumont, Fort Saskatchewan, Leduc, Spruce Grove, St. Albert, and Strathcona County, okay? The ARC system is account-based, okay? And it is a pay-as-you-go with fare caps or limits, and I will explain those terms. And that is, again, except for people who are on the ETS low-income annual pass program, okay? So transit riders can use an ARC card, okay? Plastic card like this, looks like this. It's reloadable, okay? It's reusable. Or a single-use ARC ticket. It's a paper ticket, looks like this as well. And there's a couple of, you can get a single use or a 24-hour ticket. But ARC card is the main fare product for this system. So there's a lot of reasons to use ARC. It's convenient. Basically, you don't have to pay upfront for a monthly pass or ticket strip or have exact change. You pay as you go. Okay? You add money to an ARC account when you need to, and you keep using the same card. So there's a lot of convenience built in to the system. And you can still enjoy senior fares. The ARC system uses fare caps to make sure that transit riders don't pay more than the fare that they're eligible for. Okay, so in your case, seniors fares. Now, in terms of the ARC system itself, what you'll be interacting with is the fare medium. Okay, so the product, which is ARC card again, or the ARC ticket. And you will be using these to validate your fare on fare validating machines. There are fare validators on buses. When you enter, there's a fare validator machine, and also at the back of the bus as well. So there's 3 fare validators on every bus, some at the front and some at the back door. And there's also fare validating machines when you enter proof of payment zones at LRT stations and stops, and they look like the one down here. Okay, and users tap their card or ticket on and off when they ride, and I'll explain a little bit more about that in a bit. The other thing that you're going to notice on the system is ARC fare vending machines. These are available at all LRT stations and at some of our larger, a couple of our larger transit centers. At these machines, you can buy ARC cards, okay, or ARC tickets if you wish. You can add money to your ARC card account at these machines. You can pay with cash, debit, or credit. You can check your account balance or your trip history also on these machines. But this is but one way of doing these things, and I will go over all of the options that you have for this. Now, how are fares charged with ARC? So for users who are going to be on the pay-as-you-go with fare caps, okay, those are people who are not on the low-income annual pass program, okay? It is pay-as-you-go, which means you're paying each time you ride. And with ARC card, each fare that you pay goes toward the fare cap or the limit for your fare category. Each fare group has a fare caps associated with them. For example, adults that have no concessions or no discounts, their monthly cap is $100. And that is the same as an annual monthly bus pass now. Youth have their own caps, and so do seniors. Okay. Again, this is all relevant to users except on the who are on the low income senior pass. Okay. Now, when you reach a daily, monthly, or annual fare cap for your fare category, you don't pay any more for that day, that calendar month, or that calendar year. With an ARC ticket, it's just one rate. It's applicable to all users, and there's no discount, so there's no fare caps. So anyone who is in a fare group that receives a concession fare, so a discounted fare as compared to adults, they really should be using an ARC card, and I'll explain that as well. So what is a fare cap? Okay, again, it's the maximum or the limit that a rider can be charged in a specific day, in a specific period. So that could be a day, a month, or a year for their fare profile. And again, there's fare caps for each fare profile. The fare cap is generally what a rider would be paying for a day pass, a monthly pass, or an annual pass for their fare profile. Now, in Edmonton, the daily fare cap is actually one for all riders, and it's $10.25. So in any day, you would never be charged more than $10.25. Okay, that amount, those amount would be going towards your senior fare cap. Now, senior fare cap, the monthly fare cap for seniors is $35, and that is the same as the regular senior monthly pass currently. Okay, and that's within a calendar month. So the beginning of the month, the first of the month, to the end of the month. And yearly, it's $385 in a calendar year between January 1 or December 31 of the same calendar year. Okay, so another way to look at this you pay $270 on using the ARC card. You pay $275 for a 90-minute trip, including transfers. Okay, so you're taking transit, you tap on, tap off, tap on, tap off, and after 90 minutes, you're charged the next $275 fare. In a day, once you've paid $10.25 in fares, you're not charged anymore for that day. You've reached the daily fare cap, but that amount goes towards your monthly fare cap. Okay. Once you pay a total of $35 of fares in a single calendar month, no matter what time when that happens in that calendar month, you are no longer charged anymore that month. Okay. And likewise, in the course of a year, January to December, once you've paid $385 in fares throughout the calendar year, January 1 to December 31st, you're no longer charged anymore because you reached your annual fare cap. Now, whatever you put on this card is there until you use it, okay? So, and I'll explain a little bit more about when we get about getting started and getting yourself set up. Now, fares are charged based on the zone that you use your card in. So ARC can be used in Edmonton and in surrounding regions that have ARC. And each region is a zone. For example, Edmonton is a zone, and it's a very big zone. The city of Edmonton is a big zone. So each region's transit service, again, as I mentioned earlier, has its own fares, and this has always been the case. So the fare that you're charged for your trip is based on where you tap on and where you tap off on your trips. So for example, if you're tapping on and off in the same regions, you're going to be charged the local flat rate. Again, it's $275 for 90 minutes, including transfers. If you tap on in one region and tap off in another region, you're going to be charged the applicable commuter rate that you would have to pay anyways going to that other community, okay? And that's going to depend on where you're going. So within Edmonton, for example, tapping on and off, it's fairly straightforward. You're charged the local flat rate and your fare caps built that way. Now, again, to enjoy those senior fare caps, you do need to use an ARC card because you need to be able to set up an ARC account, register the card, and to add the senior fare profile to your account. So with an ARC account, again, your balance is protected, okay, in case of loss or theft. In those cases, you can report your card missing or lost and have the balance that's on the card transferred to another card. You can reuse the same card over and over again. Just add more money when you need to, load more funds when you need to, and your money is always there. So the card doesn't expire, and until you use what's on your account, it stays there. So it doesn't lapse or expire at a certain period. What you put on there stays on there until you use it. Now, we're going to spend some time talking about how to get started on ARC, and it's basically 3 main steps. The first is to get an ARC card, and I will explain options for that. The second is to set up an ARC account and register your card and add the senior fare profile, okay? The third step is adding or loading money to your account, and then you can actually start using your card and traveling with it. So this slide shows you all of the options for getting started. If you are online, if you're comfortable doing transactions and things online, I would highly recommend you go to the myarc.ca website, where you can do all of these things. You can order a card, pay for it online, they will send it to you. You can set up an ARC account on there, add your senior fare profile, and you can add or load money to your account. Now, if you're less comfortable with that, we also have other options, and that is the ARC call center. Okay. The ARC call center is the place that you can call about anything to do with your ARC card or account. They will also, you can also order an ARC card through them. Okay, they can send it to you through the mail. You can pay for that there. You can set up an account with them, register the card, and add the senior fare profile and add money. You can pay over the phone with the ARC call center and do all of these steps there. You can also visit a service center. So all regions that have the ARC system in place have a service center. Edmonton's is at the Edmonton Service Center at Edmonton Tower, downtown, on the second floor here on 101st Street and 104th Avenue. You can, again, do everything at this location. If you want to have an in-person assistance with this. As far as purchasing an ARC card, you can also do this at a fare vending machine, right? The ones that I mentioned earlier. You can't set up an ARC account on them, but you can purchase the card. The cards themselves are $6, and this is like a administration setup fee. Okay, and there are also retail network. There's a retail network of vendors who sell the ARC card. Now, if you need an ARC card, you can get through them as well. And also you can load money, again, through the fare vending machine or through the retailers that sell the ARC card. On the myarc.ca website, you can find the locations for the fare vending machines and the retailers that sell ARC right now. Okay. So if you are setting up online, and these, I'll just go over the next few slides fairly quickly, but the slide presentation will be up later and you will be able to see all of the steps. So if you're setting up online, you do need an ARC card. So you need to get a card first, and you need an email address. Okay, that's key. You would go to the myarc.ca website, and on this website, you can go right away through either this button here, register account, or up through here, ARC card and register account. It will get you where you need to go to start setting up your account right away. Now, to set up your ARC account and register your card, you're going to be selecting that register account button. And I'm just going to draw your attention to the card itself. You will be asked for the account number of the card, and that is on the back of the card. Okay. You'll also be asked for a 3-digit security code that's on the front of the card, noted there. These are unique to every card. Okay. You would be entering the information that they request. Okay, so that'll be information about yourself, your name, etc. Once you have done that, you would create an account, and you will get an ARC, an activation email from ARC. Okay, when you get that activation email, you'd click on the link to activate your account, and that will take you back to the MyARC website, where you would confirm and also set your password. So very important whenever you're doing stuff online and you're starting up an account anywhere, take note of the email address, okay, that you're using here, because that's going to be your username for this, and the password that you're using. Set that aside, keep it in a safe place, because you will need it to log into your account in the future. Okay. The next thing you'll do is you will log into your account once it's set up. Okay. You will apply for the concession, which is basically adding your senior fare profile. This is important, and this is the way that you connect your card and account with the fare cap that you're eligible for, okay? The senior fare cap. So you would apply for concession. When it asks for fare profile, you select senior, okay, and submit, and you will get another email that confirms that your application for the senior fare profile is complete. It's very simple and straightforward. There's no application per se, like a form you fill out. You're just selecting the fare profile and connecting it in this way to your account. And then the next step would be to load money onto the card online. Again, you're going in through your account. You would pick the card. You would select the card that shows up on your profile, okay, that you want to load funds to. You can add as little as $4 or as much as you like. It's probably advisable not to put hundreds and hundreds of dollars on the card at once. There's really no need. But you do need to put in $4 as a minimum to start. You enter your payment method and submit. So the payment options online are Visa, Visa debit, MasterCard, MasterCard debit, American Express or debit. And you're ready to travel with ARC. Basically, once you've loaded your funds, you're done. So the steps are, you get an ARC card, set up your account, register the card, and add that senior fare profile, and then load money to the account. You can always go back to the website at any time to load more money. You can check your trip use, your trip history. On the website, you can do everything quite easily. So if you are online, I would suggest that is the best way, the most convenient way if you are online to use ARC. So basically, got the card, set up the account, registered the card, fare profile, senior fare profile, and added money, and you're ready to tap and go. Now, if you have questions about your ARC card, the account, or you need help with ARC itself, you can always call that ARC call center. It's a toll-free line, okay? It's listed there. It's available 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. daily. If you are online, you can also send them a message through the customer service link there, and it opens up to an email form that you fill out, and you can ask them whatever question or query that you have that way. You can, however, sorry, I'll go back. That ARC call center, whenever you're dealing with them in terms of financial matters, just to be reassured, whenever there is anything that you need to purchase or add money or anything like that with the ARC call center, they go from the agent and they transfer you to an automated system where you enter that information. So that information is secure. You're not giving an agent specifically your financial information. It's directly, you are going to be entering it into the system. So that's, we have heard folks are a little bit concerned about stuff over the phone. That's just to reassure you that the call center, the website, everything is up to the highest security standards. So now, if you do have questions about the senior annual pass, okay, either you're a current pass holder and you have questions, concerns or queries, or you'd like to apply for the annual pass, the subsidized one, you need to go through the city because this program is unique to Edmonton specifically, and it's the city that will be able to help you with any questions about participating in the program itself. You can call 311. You can email the seniors pass office. The email address is noted on the screen right now. And you can also just check online for information on seniors fares. All of it is there. If you have, basic questions that you need answered, they can help. It's quite helpful.
You know what I can do is I'm just going to pop up my screen again. Just a second here, and you're welcome to email me at agefriendly@seniorscouncil.net. If you have questions afterwards, I apologize for those that we didn't get to today. Our time is up, so feel free to email me at this address, and I will do my best to answer the question, or I'll probably forward it to
Oh,
Vicki.
yeah, you can feel free to share my contact information.
Yeah, okay, that sounds good.
Work best.
Yeah, what I'll do is I will be sending out a short survey about this event today, and probably get it out in the next couple of days. And I'll make sure that all the links are in there for you. And you can contact myself or Vicki to answer any of your questions. So again, thank you. Yeah, thank you so much for everybody's participation. Thank you, Krista, for helping in the background. And just want to wish everybody a wonderful day. I haven't looked outside. I don't know if it stopped snowing, but upwards to spring weather, right? So anyways,
Thanks
take
very
care.
much, everybody.
Okay, take care. Bye for now.
Bye.